quick little proviso that while we are cheerfully calling all vegans, the opinions and beliefs expressed by them do not always reflect our own.
Well, today at Wishbone Animal Rights Lab here in downtown Toronto, Canada, we will be turning the tables and interviewing the interviewer. I'm Sis Bar, and Vish here will be sitting in as co-host. We're chatting with one of the faces of Vegan FTA, which any animal activist or vegan worth their salt knows stands for the animals. We'll be poking around in his personal life, dredging up his vegan backstory, and learning more about the ways in which he stands up for the animals. See what I did there? He has a very naughty and contagious laugh, so crank up your volume. Say hello to the Madonna of animal activism, because we don't know his last name, Kenny of Vegan FTA. Welcome to Calling All Vegans, Kenny.
Hey guys, thank you so much for having me on. For anybody that might be interested, my full name is Kenny Simpson.
Oh.
I was basically cursed from all fronts when it comes to like the cartoons.
Oh.
I got bullied for both first and second
That's right. Makes for a good little backstory.
Yeah, but I'm super happy to be here. Thank you so much for having me on.
Oh, totally our pleasure. Now, I am in love with your wee dog, so can you tell us a little bit about him?
He's really sleepy. Where are you, bud? Hey, Bobby.
He's a good boy.
I rescued him 2018 from a home where he was basically neglected for the first 10 months of his life. He was only ever in their house in their back garden. Basically minimal to like zero training, so we had to teach him like everything from scratch when he was like 10 months old. So
yeah,
he's still not the best behaved dog in the world, but
I'm not the best behaved human.
yeah,
it's okay.
But I love him just like he is. His name was Chaos when we got him, and
Woo.
I just feel like with the breed get stigmatized, and the
they're
name
already
Chaos
demonized.
like doesn't help, you know. We renamed him Thanos, and because he just like responded to it straight away, so I didn't have to like teach him a new name.
Oh, that's good.
He's awesome, man. He's my best friend.
He's
for
a
sure.
cutie. I don't have much of a sweet tooth, and I fall squarely on the savory side of the food column. But who the hell hates donuts?
How do you know that about me?
Blew my mind.
I hate donuts and anything that tastes remotely like a donut. I don't know if you call them yum yums in Canada, but they're like long stick-shaped donuts.
Oh, I don't know what
they're called yum yums, but to me they're yuck yucks. Like I just
well.
don't like them.
So what brought you to veganism and animal activism?
Like I've always been an animal lover as well. So paired with that, but Seaspiracy came out, right?
Oh yeah.
But it really, for some reason, absolutely shocked me. And it had quite subtle vegan messaging in it. I was like fact checking the documentary. I just came across like Earthling Ed's response to the backlash. So he was like debunking the debunks.
Yeah.
And it was so good. I just inhaled like all of Earthling Ed's content in the space of like 2 days after watching Seaspiracy, and then I went vegan straight away after. Obviously, if you watch Earthling Ed's YouTube channel and don't go vegan, there's something seriously wrong with you.
That's incredible. Can you tell us a bit about Vegan FTA and the work they do, which, by the way, they have a mere 1.3 million followers on Facebook and 229,000 on Instagram.
So we've grown massively in the space of a year. It's so exciting. I suppose the most predominant thing Vegan FTA does, just try our best to prop up the movement as much as we possibly can. Really strong relationships with a lot of sanctuaries and organisations. The amazing Jordi Casamichana writes all the articles for us. Almost all vegan news gets covered by Vegan FTA. Vegan educational content, obviously focused on animal rights, raising awareness about what happens to animals in all industries of exploitation. The mission is to just bring the vegan message to as many people as we possibly can. Vegan FTA was like the first form of like activism that I did. I was I'm really, really honored to be on the team.
That's
And I love my
incredible.
job so much. I really do.
It's like just graduating from high school and getting a job at Google or something if you're a tech guy, right?
Basically, it's like I'm so passionate. I got the job through that passion. I think my boss could see how passionate I was and how desperately I wanted to like be part of the movement and make a difference. And that's definitely what I was able to get across to be working
Well,
with them.
it's obviously well deserved. I don't think it's just luck. But do you yourself
you, appreciate
have a favorite form of activism?
My favorite form of activism to admire, to watch, the street debates, those like table debates that
Oh, yeah.
activists do. My boss Sarah from Vegan FTA, she's given me the go ahead to try to explore this avenue through Vegan FTA, which I'm really excited about.
Well, when you watch Joey Carbstrong or Earthling Ed or what, it's exciting. I wish I had that skill. I mean, I have it sometimes, but other times I can just crash and burn. So I would not be consistent enough, I don't think. It depends how confident I feel that day or the person I'm speaking with, right?
There's obviously an art of keeping it civil with the other person as much as you can and whatever, but my whole activism journey has been centered around content creation for Vegan FTA. I absolutely love creating my animal rights educational videos for Vegan FTA. So I guess I would have to say that's my favorite form of activism. I don't want to like say it's the most effective or
No, it's just your what I'm just asking what resonates most with you or what you enjoy, right? You know, because it's good to tap into our skills and passions and interests, because then you're more likely to get out there and do something, right?
What's awesome about that, I suppose, is that anybody can get into that. Anybody can like get into that and pick that up. So you don't have to be someone that can go out in the streets and like debate people face to face and stuff. And content creation can make a really big difference. Vegan FTA, I've turned countless people vegan. So
for sure. Is there an issue that holds a special place in your heart? I mean, all of them do, but there's that one thing that just...
Yeah, for me is gestation crates, pigs in gestation crates, that absolutely destroys me. We just wouldn't do anything anywhere near as horrible as that to our worst criminals. It's just...
Yeah, what crime did they commit?
Yeah.
Which vegan influencer would you love to meet? Is it going to be your boyfriend Ed?
But it's like what everybody would say, right? I guess I'd love to meet Earthling Ed and just tell him like, bro, you changed my life, you made me vegan.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's heard it a million times.
Yeah.
He's vegan Jesus, he's the vegan messiah.
Yeah, he is. Actually, we interviewed him. He was in Toronto one time, and one time at band camp, we interviewed Earthling Ed. So yeah, he's a really nice guy. You and Darrell Sawczuk have a vegan clothing and accessories line, some of which has a real kind of stack of twigs, death metal feel to it. But there's really actually something for, I'm a metalhead, so I'm right there.
Yeah.
So actually, my husband, he bought a shirt. I just tagged him under the newest shirt, and it was like, pew, another big hole in the bank account, right? But they're not. They're very well priced. But can you just talk a little bit about this venture and how it directly benefits animals?
It was actually started by Darrell Sawczuk.
Sawczuk,
yeah.
See, I knew people growing up who had the same spelling, and they were Sawczuk. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Fair enough. I'd never heard the name before.
Yeah.
It was started by Darrell. I think the brand had been around for a couple years when I met Darrell. So this is how it went down legitimately. Because I've been into illustration and stuff for a long time, I wanted to be a tattooist when I was younger. And I've always done illustration. I'm not sure if that was clear. It's me that does all the illustration for Defender of Animals as well.
Yeah, I knew, but it's good that you've mentioned that.
Ah, cool, yeah. I started a clothing brand. And Darrell like commented on an illustration I did for it. And that was how we got talking. I'm such a bold guy. Like going for the Vegan FTA job with no experience, messaging Darrell and just being like, yo, do you need an illustrator for the brand? Because I would love to do that. But he just welcomed me with like,
I wish I knew
arms.
random people like you who say, I'd love to do this for you. I'd be like, oh, thank you. But
Yeah, he was just like, dude, that would be amazing because I don't have any of like these skills and stuff. So I just ditched the brand I had just started because it was so early on, and Defender of Animals already had like Chris Packham, Hench Herbivore, all these people like wearing their stuff. So I was like,
What?
hell yeah, I'll join this. All the profits are donated to sanctuaries, which is really cool.
Yeah.
The brand that we use, the like sustainability credentials with them, is by far the best that I've ever seen. So
Oh,
the it's all plastic free, non-toxic, all the ink's non-toxic, all organic clothing. It's printed in 100% renewably powered factory. When you're finished with the clothing, you can send it back to them for discount codes and they'll turn it into new clothes. It's like
oh, wow.
completely circular. So the credentials for the sustainability is like all the way there. They're like revolutionary in that field. They're called Teemill, the brand that we use to create the products. Yeah, and we just do cool stuff that we want to do, and a lot of it's like heavy metal focused. Like
Yeah.
it's quite
That's what
obvious.
drew me in, yeah.
Yeah.
So you and Darrell also host the Defender of Animals podcast. I love it, and I watched the most recent episode. I think that's how I learned about the donuts. But
Oh, right.
I did see you were up to 12 subscribers, so full respect. I'm a proud subscriber.
Nice. Thanks.
You said something on the podcast that really resonated with me, and it's so dangerous when people with financial vested interests or just the ill-informed make kind of claims that are dangerous for animals. So I loved when you were talking about the idea about having like a mechanism in place to call out any online theories or claims as bullshit. Kind of like that little pop-up we still sometimes get for COVID conspiracies. Can you just talk a little bit about that? I just thought it was so cool. You did say you didn't think it was your own idea, but that it's something you
Yeah.
really thought was cool.
The idea came from Robbie Lockie. Do you know Robbie Lockie?
Yeah. Yeah, I've actually had a couple of calls with him. Yeah, he's a nice guy.
It was the Plant-Based News podcast. It either came from Robbie or whoever Robbie's guest was. It's been a couple of years since I'd listened to that episode, including that. But yeah, I brought it up there because I thought it's such an incredible idea that I think should just be enforced through whatever the subject matter is. But
Yeah, that's right.
the idea is some sort of AI that goes through people's captions and what people are saying online and fact checks it. We can't be ignorant as if to say we've got the solution bang on or whatever, but the idea is something like a traffic light where green's like, this is a scientific fact, the scientific community agrees this is just true objectively. Amber maybe needs more digging into, and red is just absolutely false.
Bullshit, yeah.
If we could have something like that in social media these days, that would just be revolutionary.
Yeah, because it's just the way things are now, it's just feeding this really far right populism and all this crazy stuff that's going on.
Carnivore dieters.
Have you seen Moby's Punk Rock Vegan? I've seen it 3 times now.
I watched it one time. I've seen it once, yeah.
As demonstrated in that film, hardcore and punk has always had kind of a strong vegan ethos, but metal is traditionally more kind of meat-soaked, I guess. Why do you think that is, and how do we break through this toxic mindset?
I'm commenting on this from a masculine point of view. Because yeah, you're thinking like metalheads, and it's just like meat barbecues and all that. Yeah. We just need to break down all these myths that the meat industry over decades and decades and decades has managed to build up about masculinity and the consumption of meat, and just show people that there's just nothing masculine about oppression and being horrible to those that are weaker than us. I just don't see that as strong masculine traits whatsoever. And men are never scared to like love dogs, and we just need to create a culture where it's okay for masculine men to have compassion for animals across the board. I'd be lying if I said I knew exactly how to do that, other than to just keep saying there's nothing masculine and there's nothing impressive about forcing baby animals to go through hell for you.
Oh, for sure. You've no doubt heard of a dance-off I'm going to challenge you to an accent off. So I'm going to ask you to do your best Canadian accent. And I'm going to muster up my inner Scottish and see who wins this. So Alec was supposed to, I told him, don't tell me what the phrase is because I didn't want to practice. And I was actually going to cheat too because I have a friend of mine, she's Scottish. And I thought, well, I'll just record her and I'll just sit here and move my lips, right? Yeah, but anyway, so Alex is going to give the secret phrase. So,
Hey, bud.
Canadian
Hi, everybody. The quote is,
don't make it too complicated. We'll
"That's
forget.
all we got, and Bob's your uncle."
All right. So you got to do it in a Canadian accent, and then I'm going to do Scottish.
Oh, that's all we got. Bob's your uncle, eh?
I never say A. That's one thing, but that was very good, actually. Oh, Bob's your uncle, and that's all we've got.
That was good.
Now my husband's cringing if he's watching.
Can I just say, that was much better than my English friend's attempt at a Scottish accent.
Yeah? Oh.
And they're so much closer, but they just can't get it right. That was pretty good.
Pretty good. Oh, now I believe. See, now I'm getting too cocky, and now I'm going to quit while I'm ahead, right? Quit while I'm ahead.
To be fair, I cheated because I added in like O and A and that.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even in the quote.
That's what we sound like in this world? Yeah. Like a bunch of clowns, huh? Oh, those Canadians. So anyway, we'll put your contact details. Kenny, Vegan FTA, Defender of Animals, and vegan.f.t.a, and then, of course, Facebook,
Awesome.
Vegan FTA. Defender of Clothing, what's the website for that?
Defender of Animals Clothing.co.uk.
Right, okay. And then, of course, veganfta.com. So I want everybody to tune in to Defender of Animals podcast. It's great. It's these two guys just having a good time, and they're both animal-loving dudes. What do people in your neck of the woods say? They kind of take the piss?
Aye, just taking the piss.
There we go. The piss, not the piss. See, I said. Anyway, so Kenny, Vish, and I, thank you so much for taking the time with us today. And if you ever make your way to Toronto, you're more than welcome to crash on the Wishbone futon. But we only have a couple of kitchen sinks here, so you'll have to get like a day membership at a gym and grab a shower. So that's all we got. But anyway.
One day I definitely will. Thank you so
We'd
much
love
for
that.
having me on. It was so
Thank
much
you.
fun.
Oh, I really appreciate it. So, okay, well, we'll keep in touch and have a good day. And all right.
Awesome. Bye. Have a good one.
Yeah. Bye, Daniels. Bye, sweetheart. That was good.